Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you DPP Revival Ubers Open. This is round 8 losers bracket action between Evuelf, going by Nicole C6R5, and Elodin. So, Evuelf has made a very solid losers bracket run so far. I believe Evuelf got sent down to losers around either round 4 or round 6, give or take. But Evuelf has stayed in here, could be looking to keep staying alive, keep this strong losers bracket run going. Elodin was in winners bracket until I believe round 6, and then he survived round 7. But here we are, both players facing elimination, and both players looking at a chance to potentially finish with some money. But needless to say, let's jump right in. Should be a good matchup here. Darkrai into a DOS. DOS probably gonna get hazards up. Could also taunt here. Elodin trying to play around a possible taunt, just got a Dark Pulse there. Question is, we don't know what kind of set it is. And oh, a back Deoxys speed. That is a sight you actually do not see every day, but DOS here should still be able to get hazards up, and this could be a Deoxys speed that's, you know, maybe Cobra, could be Scarf, either one is plausible. Gonna get rocks up here, and Water Spout, just gotta get rid of that DOS. Question is, what's his next move? Latios got cover a Scarf play perhaps, but Grass Knot is shown there. That's one way to work around Groudon, and gonna be threatened out by this Darkrai on Evuelf's end, and gonna get his sleep off. That's probably Choice Scarf Sleep Talk Dialga. That's what Elodin. Oh no, it's not actually. Lefties is shown, and this might be Scarf Jirachi. No, it's not. And Jirachi gonna take 49% there and gonna get U-turned on the way out here. And this Darkrai could be Scarf on Elodin's end. And Thunder's going to take care of that. And Dialga going to get rocks up on Evuelf's end. And probably threaten a Draco as well. But no, just got Earth Power as a nice mid-ground there, knowing that Latios can't switch in. Covers opposing Dialga too. And Kyogre is going to be put to sleep, and this might be Scarf Kyogre, we do not know for sure. Latios is going to be the switch here. Bronzong's going to swap out. Evuelf probably does not want to reveal any information about the Kyogre set just yet, besides that it has Water Spout. Dialga is still asleep, and Elodin can still try to fish for wake-ups, given that the Darkrai is out of the picture now. But Evuelf's Dialga just looks like an immense threat. There's a reason why this Pokemon's like top 1, top 2 in this tier. And wants to conserve health on the Dialga, because generally you want this Dialga to be a trade machine. And Bronzong probably just going to get EQ off or payback. Either one is plausible. Nice EQ there from Evuelf, and going to put this Dialga in danger of dying to hazards next turn. And no, instead, just gonna get rid of it outright. And Darkrai, again, can't really sleep this. Kyogre is revealed. And Trick's there, and they are both Choice Scarf. And that Darkrai has to switch out now, and Groudon is shown to be Elodin's last. And nice double there from Evuelf there, trying using Giratina Origin to try to cover a possible setup option. Groudon as a last on these Deoxys speed teams, not unheard of. Could be Double Dance or just Rock Polish free attacks Groudon. That is a fast Groudon. And oh, huge Draco miss there. Not what Evuelf wants to see. Bronzong here, this could be trying to threaten an explosion, but instead going to get Trick Room, and Trick Room Dialga actually looks really scary here. And protects here, so Elodin trying to play around the Trick Room turns. And Grass Knot's there, but you only have 2 turns, and this Draco is going to hurt whatever comes in. Dragon Pulse is there, and question is, what's the full set on this Dialga? Draco Meteor's there, going to do a significant amount of damage. And Elodin's got double back into Groudon here. Now this Groudon looks extremely scary. But no, nice play there from Evuelf. And trying to play around this, but probably just got Fire Punch. Gonna get eliminated on the way out the door. And Kyogre going to come in, try to reset weather, try to threaten something, anything. But no, not gonna wake up right away, which is kind of a nightmare scenario. And now, Elodin is going to take this game 1. So Evuelf caught a bit of a bad break there in that game 1. And Evuelf now facing elimination as Elodin is now up 1-0. But kind of a weird game. Interesting idea to run Deoxys Speed in the back. I feel like this 6 I've seen before, but usually you just run DOS in the lead slot. But again, not a bad idea. I kind of like I think it's a cool idea. Both very similar-esque structures, although, yeah, just kind of rough stuff, really. But needless to say, we gotta go into game 2. Here we're at game 2. Let's go right in here. Kyogre into Deoxys Speed. So Evuelf gotta lead off with DOS. Gotta look to get some rocks up. Is this Miracle? It is. Yeah, given that Kyogre never outspeeds Deoxys, but gotta get hazards up at the very least. And interesting for Evuelf to be okay letting that DOS go, but Groudon is gonna threaten this Jirachi for sure, though. And Jirachi's gonna try Iron Head here, and oh, interesting. Gets rocks up at the very least, but Elodin does not want to play games and find out. Does not want to mess around and find out, as they'd say. But Skarmory gotta be able to get a layer of spikes up, perhaps, unless this Groudon has a Lava Plume. And this Dialga's gonna come in, gonna threaten a Fire Blast. Could also Draco here if he thinks Elodin's switching out. There's the Latias. Not gonna happen though, but Dialga can comfortably trade. But looks like it is a Scarf Dialga, and Blissey is going to be shown. Sometimes Blissey, usually kind of just a decent alternative to Bronzong as a catch-all special wall. S-Toss is there. Usually these Blisseys run Toxic so that you're not completely passive. What's the Skarm going to do? Gonna get spikes up. Again, still threatened by Fire Blast. What's Evuelf going to do here? Fire Blast is again into a Latias, just got FUD, but will get a burn, which is actually huge because that limits the Latias's longevity or ability to spam recover moves. And now this Latias is constantly losing health, so Evuelf at least has perma progress on this Latias. And this Skarm probably just gonna roost up here, and Giratina Altered is gonna be shown. Roost is up here. Question is, what's he gonna do? And go roar the Skarm out instead, so gotta get the jump on that. And this Giratina. And oh, Thunder misses. And gotta get the Will-O-Wisp off, which is huge. So this might be a Rest Talk Giratina. And this is actually kind of a cool idea from Evuelf using Deoxys Speed to disguise the lead, or rather the team composition. Yeah, nicely done. Love that. You'll love to see it. And then Will-O-Wisp, that Garchomp is permanently burned. And pretty much everything on... Oh, that's gotta be annoying. But at the very least, Giratina has gotten major mileage. So this was a Deoxys Speed pseudo Sunstall on Evuelf's, and using the DOS as a as kind of that alternative to Fori is probably my guess. Yeah, did Evuelf just replace Fori with Deoxys Speed on Eclipse? Because that's looks like kind of the angle that Evuelf took, which is a very interesting idea for sure. And again, this Latias forced to recover, and this Cresselia will constantly force major progress. I don't even know. I'm not gonna overthink the pronunciation. And this Latias again, Crest can just keep doing this because, again, Alone doesn't have a pressure mon that could try and make it waste PP, and don't forget, Cresselia is notoriously really hard to KO in Ubers, unless you have something like Kyogre, and, oh, gonna get roared out at the very least, but this Groudon is going to be a bit of a threat here. And Draco's there, so that Groudon's gonna be taken out of the equation. What's Evuelf going to do? And Blissey will be able to heal up because Draco just won't quite do enough. Softball is here. And Elodin's gotten every layer of hazards up except for T-Spikes, which he does not seem to be packing. And S-Tosses again. This Blissey just probably just going to get phased out by now. Yep, that's exactly what happens. DOS is taken out of the equation. And Crest has got threatened to Hin Power Fire on this Skarm. And Jirachi in the Sun is going to have a hard time, but T-Wave, Ice Beam, okay, does not want to risk, you know, some hacks, so Blissey is pretty hacks resilient in that regard to special attacks in general. Skarm's gonna come out here. That's the Blissey soft boils. And what's Evuelf going to do? Roost is up here. Don't forget, freeze does not work in the sun. And I'm gonna speed this up because we're gonna be here for a while. And Taunt's here as tosses, so yep, Skarm does run as taunt a lot of times in Ubers, and don't forget that it just generally does not have whatchamacallit, an attacking move. Or toxic for that matter. Usually if it's not taunt, it's toxic. That's kind of the last move that you see on Skarm. But Spike's up here. Yeah, Elodin just trying to waste PP, trying to make this Blissey run out of attacking moves. And there's the S-Toss. And yeah, so we're kind of in this deadlock here. As this Skarm kind of can't really do much. And neither does the Blissey. But that Scarf Dialga actually still looks really threatening, especially if Elodin cannot roar that in, and Elodin just cannot seem to find a window of opportunity to do that just yet. S-tosses again. Crest is sent out, so a bit of RNG there, and oh, Ice Beam's there, so no Hin Power Fire from the looks of it. Moonlight T-Wave, okay, finally gets a bit of a break there, and Garchomp. Oh, nice play from Evuelf, actually, being able to get the Dialga in and to get rid of this Garchomp, but Magnezone's got to get the trap off, perhaps. And oh, huge crit there. Hin Power going to get rid of that, but that Magnezone has no real lifeline left. I think the big problem here is you can't really do anything else against the Crest. Yeah, the problem's actually breaking the Crest. And Magnezone's gonna die to Hazards next turn if it comes in. And Skarm, again, it's running low on Roost. Like, what are you gonna do? There's the Taunt, there's the S-Toss. Yeah, no, Elodin might actually lose this. That Jirachi's on a permanent timer, doesn't have a lot of longevity left. That Latias, I mean, yeah, you have Recover, but like, you have Crest just constantly pelting pressure at it. Magnezone's effectively dead, so it's like 3.5, well, really, it's 2.5 Mons, and going to now paralyze it instead. And this Crest going to just try to wear this thing down. Yeah, I think this is one of those times where you really miss Toxic here as a move if you're Skarm. And Spike's here. I mean, if you're Elodin, you don't want to waste those Roosts. That's kind of the big thing, right? 4 Roosts now, and I'm going to speed this up just because it is taking quite a while here. T-Wave's here, lots of PP stalling going on in this endgame. And again, Evuelf with back against the wall. Finally, Whirlwind's there. This Blissey now is able to softboil pretty freely. Whirlwinds again, what are you going to do here? T-Wave's here, gotta get taunted. Down to 2 Ice Beams, so you don't want to waste this completely. Oh, you gotta have Hin Power Fire on this. I know Crest normally runs this. Moonlight, what's the other last possible moves? I'm like just trying to think here. S-Toss is here. Yup, getting a couple paras now. You gotta make the Skarm waste moves. Whirlwind's here. I mean, if it's Sun boosted Hin Power Fire, you better show it soon. What could Evuelf possibly have here? And S-Tosses again. Whirlwind's out into the Crest. And really, Elodin's trying to play for that Latias endgame. That's another thing. Struggles here, so no, he actually has no attacking moves. In a weird twist of fate here. What? Oh my... Please tell me this Blissey has to have another attacking move, because otherwise, Evuelf is probably packing the bags home. Okay, yeah, there's the Moonlight. Yep, Sun Boosted Moonlight. Taunt, 19 taunts left. Struggles here. Again, struggles the optimal move here because... Oh, that full para might actually work against Evuelf. And taunts again, so Elodin does not wants to let this crest KO itself. That's really the end goal here. And last one, Blissey might be the way. Moonlight's here and gets taunted again. Struggles here. Gonna spike up. Taunt lasts quite a long time, so what's it gonna be? Oh, taunt ending quite early there. That is not what Elodin wants to see. I'm gonna speed this up. A lot of struggling going on here. Spikes here. Struggles, spikes. I mean, he needs the taunt. Oh, taunt expires. Moonlights again. Can't actually... Tries the T-Wave there. Finally taunts again. Sacks the... Oh, okay. And gets roared out once more. Lunar Dance is here. Thunders. Wait, what's he have? I'm not sure. Oh, Blissey has a lot of S-tosses, but that burn earlier on the Latias kind of kicking in full time here. One recover. Yeah, I think Blissey just doesn't have a whole lot of juice. Or, sorry, Blissey's quite healthy here and can waste these comfortably. And recover is officially out for Elodin. Yeah, just had way too many S-tosses left. And yeah, Blissey just wins here. You can't do anything else. I mean, you down to 2 Rooses, but that's just too many S-tosses. Whirlwind's there. Yeah. Wow, I did not realize that the Blissey actually had way more S-tosses than I imagined. So, great stuff from Evuelf, actually, managing those Seismic Toss PP. Because now, Evuelf should be able to force a game free against Elodin. And full paras there, just to add insult to injury. And that's game. Wow, that was certainly a game too, and what a way for Evuelf to extend their tournament life. But we have a game free though. Let's jump right into this. So we got Frostlass into a Deoxys attack lead. Frostlass here should be favored. Gotta get Icy Wind off, or Shadow Ball into an Ice Shard. Could also get Spikes up here. We're gonna see what happens here. DOS going to get Spikes up. Icy Wind's there. Groudon's going to come out here. And Spikes are going to be thrown up. And Frostlass got a taunt there. Make sure Groudon doesn't do anything too crazy. No burn there. Gonna get 2 layers of Spikes up. And so this is an offense versus offense matchup for the looks of it. Latias going to come out here. And Ho-Oh is going to be the Latias answer. And going to go straight into a Grass Knot. T-Wave's there, which kind of works out for Evuelf. Yes, no, maybe, but could also have the option of Healing Wish later if it so desires. And that looks... that is quite the hard-hitting Ho-Oh. That burn was quite unfortunate, and that Groudon. Gotta get rocks up, and that Ho-Oh full para is there, so Evuelf getting a bit of bad luck there. Sacred Fire's here, and this Ho-Oh is just extremely threatening because of the burn chances that Sacred Fire has. Giratina Altered is going to come out here. And probably just going to look to try and roar this Ho-Oh out. Try to make sure that 50% damage really sticks. There's the Brave Bird. Alone probably got hope for a full para. But Brave Bird's going to break the sub up here pretty comfortably. And protects here. And again, Evuelf has no reason to switch out here. Just keep mashing that Brave Bird. Elodin finally gets a full para that he's looking for here. And attacks here again. And really he's just looking to get health back. And Dragon Pulse is just doing a pitiful amount, so this might be sub-CM Giratina altered. Subs again. Oh, full paras again. And there's the Calm Mind. Is he going to get another full para? Nope, the Ho-Oh instead is going to heal back up the full. And protects here, trying to get any health back that he can get. And Elodin probably got to look to get a second CM off. Going to do exactly that. And now this is just really a game of can Evuelf fight through those full paras. But no, just got to swap into Dialga instead, going to cut his losses. And this could be, you know, rest bulk up Dialga. But instead gonna get roared out, which actually works quite nicely. And another Magnezone from Elodin. And instead, that's just gonna get KO'd. So that is a 240, that's probably like a 244 Dialga there. If Elodin's Magnezone just kind of got KO'd like that. Bare minimum, but Garchomp here looks like an incredible threat here. Deoxys' attack going to be used as a sacrificial piece. Groudon's going to come in here. Going to try to make some magic happen here. And EQ's there going to do a decent amount to Giratina altered. At least enough where if he has Roar, he better show it. Would be what I'd say. And that Dragon Pulse actually doing okay amount, but it cannot really safely sub up. Gotta use this chance to get rocks up. And wow, this Giratina is quite slow from the looks of it, and it's just gonna go down. But it's down to 6 PP. But Elodin's Groudon, I don't think is healthy enough to comfortably take this trade. And now this Garchomp on Elodin's end is just forced. It's gonna be forced to Outrage here. And no, just gonna get a Sword Stance off instead. Oh! Huge crit there, and Evuelf is going to take this series 2-1. That might have been Sub-Salic Garchomp. Of course, there's no telling how much that EQ actually did to Garchomp, but if I had to take a gander, I mean, Evuelf probably had to have known, right? Because that's probably my first thoughts on this game free. And a Frostlight's lead is pretty cool there on Elodin's end. I like seeing that. But this Groudon, I think off the top of my head is, if it's just like a regular support, if it's just a regular support Groudon, that would have done about 45 to 53-ish damage. Given that, you know, it did 69% damage, that would have put Elodin comfortably into Sub-Salic range. But here's the thing though, there's no guaranteeing that that Garchomp would actually get the KO on Groudon for a couple reasons. First, actually no, it might have been Elodin, I think, would have needed a roll there, like a really high roll for that matter, to actually get the KO on bulky support Groudon, assuming that's what Evuelf's Groudon set is. But needless to say though, thank you for playing Elodin, had a good run, but Evuelf is going to continue his fantastic losers bracket run, needless to say. And if you guys enjoyed these videos, like, comment, subscribe, and consider donating to DPP Revival Ubers Opens' prize pool, and I will see you guys next time.